platform, what are the key services and tools that we are going to learn on Google Cloud platform, we are going to tell you. And I will also tell you, some people might be having some doubt, saying that we already have the cloud platforms like Azure and AWS. So why Google Cloud Platform? The benefits of using the Google Cloud Platform also I will try to tell you. Okay, so this is the agenda for today, learning what is data engineering and what is Google Cloud Platform. And after that, for our boot camp, I'm going to tell you how many topics that we are going to cover and what is the course content for this particular boot camp I'm going to discuss. Okay, and at the end of this session, if anyone have any questions related to the course content or related to the topic or any doubts related to any of the topics, you can ask me. We will be having Q&A session. Okay, so this is all about today, guys. So let me gonna start. What is data engineering? So let us try to understand. Sir, you might be already knowing that data will be generated at any application. For example, if I wanted to order some food or if I wanted to travel somewhere, what happens is that you will be using some application. So what the application will do, application generates the data. Or sometimes if you go to some production firms or maybe some medical firms, what happens is that they try to store the data in the form of a CSV files or some Excel files. Again, the data is generated. So in a data engineering, you will be getting the data from multiple data sources. The data, you are getting it from some application. The data may be generated at some file format, so such as CSV files or Avro files, Parquet files, JSON files. Sometimes you also get a data from the databases, right? You will be getting the data from the databases as well. Okay, maybe some MySQL database or a SQL Server database or a PostgreSQL database. So the data is also, you get the data from the databases. Sometimes the data is coming from some IoT devices. So recently I have worked for one of the company, that is Mahindra and Mahindra, for XUV 700. So they are storing the data of the battery. Okay, so that battery data that is actually coming from the IoT device, Internet of Things. So some in the form of a log format, in the form of a log. So we need to process that data and we need to get to know that battery fill. That means is there any leakage in the battery? So that means every day from that battery we are going to get some millions of the records, and out of those millions of the records we need to process the data and we need to get to know that whether there is any leakage. So there is some defined level that is 20%. If that is reaching 20%, that means there is a leakage. If that is not reaching, so we need to process the data in the streaming manner or in the continuous manner, so that we will get to know that if there is any leakage in the data. So for that purpose, you see here, as a data engineer, you will be getting the data from some application or some file formats or the databases or IoT devices. So these are all your data sources, guys. These are all the data sources for the data engineer. Sir, what the data engineer do with these data sources is the question. The question is that what we are going to do with these data sources. So with these data sources, we are going to read the data properly. Why we need to read the data, sir? Let me going to tell you. See, whatever the data that you are reading from the data sources, what the business is thinking that when you read the data from these data sources, when you try to understand or analyze this data, the analysis will give you some kind of insights. The analysis will give you some kind of insights. These insights are very useful for improving the business. These analysis reports or insights are very useful for the improvement of the business. So that is what is the agenda of the data engineering, sir. So you may be getting the data from multiple data sources. So you need to properly analyze the data. You need to properly analyze this data. So when you analyze this data will give you insights. Those insights are very useful for the business improvement. Okay, so that is what is the business think. What the businesses are thinking, what is the business manager is thinking. He is thinking that whatever the data that they are generating at a different applications or the file formats of the databases or the IoT devices, if we try to understand the data and analyze the data properly, we can get some kind of a insights. Those insights are very useful for the business improvement. So such that only nowadays you are seeing big billion days and Amazon live sales. So such kind of a sales are actually coming from the data engineering insights only, guys. Whenever you understand the data properly, you will get to know that the sales are very high in this area in this time, and sales are very less in this time. We put lot of discount. So to attract the customers, they are going to do such kind of activities. Those kind of ideas, those kind of improvement ideas will actually come from the data engineering analysis reports only. Okay, so you need to analyze the data properly. So that gives you the insights. Insights will help you to improve the customer behavior, to improve the customer satisfaction, to to increase the sales, to increase the inventory, okay, to attract a more new number of customers. So that is what is the main importance of the data engineering, sir. So in data engineering, we will be having multiple data sources. We try to understand it, analyze it, and get the insights and improve the business. But try to understand this, guys. Whatever the data that I got it from the multiple data sources, do you think that whatever the data that I got from the multiple data sources, do you guys think that this data is directly usable for the analysis purpose? No. Do you directly think that whatever the data that we got from the sources is directly usable for the data analysis? No. We cannot directly use this data. Try to understand this thing. This data may be available in some other location. This data is maybe in some other server. This database is running in some other region. These IoT devices are running in some other place. So whatever it is, so you are having your data sources running in some different locations, different servers. So what is our first agenda as a data engineer is that extracting the data from multiple data sources and store that data into a single location or a single repository called data lake. Okay, so I wanted to extract the data from the multiple data sources. I'll try to put that data into a single location called a data lake. Okay, so if I wanted to analyze this data from multiple data sources, I need to have the data into single location. So that is the reason we extract the data and we try to load the data into single location. We try to store the data into single location. Once we have stored the data into single location, what we do is that, so we already know that whatever the data that we are getting, it is not in a usable format. That is the reason we try to do the data processing. Data processing is like a value addition to your data. You try to convert the data into a proper format for analyzing the data. You try to clean the data so that the data will give you accurate results. Try to understand this point, guys. Whatever the data that you got from the data sources is not in a usable format, you convert it into a usable format first thing. And data may be having inaccuracies, nothing but duplicates or null values, or maybe some other different characteristics. So we need to properly clean the data so that whatever the data that we are using it for the analysis need to be properly cleaned before the analysis itself. So that is the reason we need to process the data properly. This is what we call as the data pre-processing. Data pre-processing, what we are trying to do, we will be pre-processing the data, we will be preparing the data for the analysis by converting the format by cleaning the data. Are you guys following me? Can you guys give me yes or no? Are you guys able to hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming it. So you get this data from the multiple data sources, you put the data into the data lake. And then you try to process this data. Sir, if you are not understanding this point, try to understand a very simple scenario, let me tell you, so that you can easily interpret this. So if you wanted to construct a home, what you will do, sir? You have to get the bricks. I wanted to construct a home, sir. So this is a home. I wanted to construct a home. So if I wanted to construct a home, I need to get the bricks. We need to get the raw materials such as cement, equipment, cement, and some other machinery. So just tell me, are we getting this all of these materials in a single location? Can you guys confirm? Is the bricks will be available in one location,
No.
and the machinery will be available in one location? The cement will be available in different locations, right? So what we are doing, sir? First thing. So the very first thing, if I wanted to construct a home, I will be getting transporting this all of these things into a one single location where I am constructing the home, near to a place where I am constructing the home. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So you will be putting into a location where we wanted to construct a home. We will be transporting all of these into a one single location. And can I directly use these things to construct a home? Can I put brick by brick so that the wall will be constructed?
No.
No, we can't do that. See,
We need
if
to
I
process.
wanted to construct a home, we need to process it. What is meant by processing, sir? So you need to create a mixture of cement plus water plus sand. So that gives me some kind of a mixture, some other binders if you wanted to add. So you create a mixture and you use that mixture to construct a wall. What is this one? You are doing some kind of a processing. So you can't directly use the raw material for constructing a home because it will not be withstand for even a one day also. So what do? You try to do the some kind of a processing using these raw material, and then you construct a wall. So wall by wall, you do it, and that's where your home will be completed. Once the home is completed, do you live like that? Would you adding the colors or not? I will also add some type of the colors, some type of a tiles, all of those things so that my home looks good. So this is your home. Finally, you have constructed a home. So this looks good. So this is what we call as a home, which is our output here. Similarly, you can interpret this is what I call as a civil engineering. Guys, in a civil engineering, this is what happens. You will be having your raw material in different location. You put it into a single location where you wanted to construct a home, and then you do that processing so that that processing mixture will be helping you to construct a wall by wall by wall. Again, roof you will be completing the entire roof. So after that, the home is, the house is constructed, and you add some kind of a colors to it so that your entire home is ready for your. So this is similar to your data engineering also. In your data engineering also, you will be having data sources from multiple data sources. You first extract the data from the multiple data sources to a single location, and then you do the data processing. So when you do the data processing, data is cleaned, first thing. Data is prepared for the analysis, second thing. And the data is accurate throughout this process, third thing. So all of these things do you ensure it. And after that, what you try to do is that you send this data to the data warehouse. So that is where is our final location most of the times. Okay, so we will be sending the data to the data warehouse as a raw format or whatever the format it is. Okay, let's not worry about the format. Okay, so you get the data from the data sources and you extract it, put it to data lake, you do the data processing and send the data to the data warehouse. Okay, so this is where your entire enterprise data is available, sir. So if you think that Flipkart's entire data is available where, if you ask me, Flipkart is having its own data warehouse. That is where its entire enterprise data is available. What is mean by entire enterprise data, sir? The marketing data, the sales data, the employee data, the customer data, the orders data, the purchase history, everything will be available in the data warehouse. Entire enterprise data, entire enterprise business data is available in the data warehouse only. Now on top of this data only, this is our entire home. So on top of this data only, people try to add some colors to it. So that is what we call as a business intelligence reports, dashboards or reports. You already know. So people will be creating some dashboards nowadays. You are seeing it. So dashboards are gives you some kind of an idea instead of reading the data in the form of a tables. Okay. Similarly, some people also create some kind of a machine learning models on top of this data. And similarly, some people as a data scientist will use the data from this data warehouse and try to find the future patterns. What the data scientist will do, data scientist will find the future patterns from it, and there will be a business group. The business group people will try to get some kind of insights from this data, and they directly use it for the business improvement. Okay, so this is what is data engineering, sir. In a data engineering, you have the source, you have that sink. And not only that, sir, we also ensure that the data is accurate throughout the platform. So that is called as a data governance and monitoring. So we ensure that the data is accurate and complete throughout the platform. So that is what we call as the data governance and monitoring. Monitoring is that, so we don't want it to do all of this, extracting the data, processing the data, cleaning the data, and analyzing the data. We don't want it to do any of these things manually. We wanted to create these things as a pipeline, so it is running an end-to-end pipeline. These end-to-end pipelines are monitored properly so that it will be working in a proper fashion. If it is also facing some issues, we need to fix it as soon as possible. Okay, so this is what is data engineering, sir. Very simple. Okay, so you have the data sources, you have the data sink, or nothing but a destination, or downstream. This is upstream, this is downstream people, upstream people, downstream people. Upstream are the application team, or a file format team, or a database team, or IoT team, or an ingestion team, whatever you can call it as. Okay, so that is what it is. And you will be having the data lake, data processing layer, data warehouse layer, and a data governance layer. All of these things are there. Okay, so now look at here, guys. So I want you guys to take a minute and try to read this point. Please do that. Are you able to read it or not properly? I want you guys to read it.
Hello.
Yeah, done, sir.
Yes, yes.
So how does this data lake looks like? Like how big is it? It is like a data center.
No, it's not data center. I will talk about this. Okay, so that's a good question. Let me 1 minute.
Yeah,
So
sure. Because it should be really big enough. I mean, should be
correct.
a big database or something like that, which
Let me
stores all
show
forms of
you how
data,
the
right?
data lake looks like, and you will say, so is it data
Mm-hmm.
lake? Okay, let me show you.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, I have it here, my Google Cloud platform. And if you go to if you search with data lake, okay, okay, actually cloud storage, we call it as a data lake. Okay. So this is what is data lake. Okay, so what is mean by data lake? What is the characteristics of the data lake? Let us try to understand. Then we can just assume that okay, this is how it should be done. So data lake is nothing but it should be able to store the entire data that is coming from all of these sources. So it should be able to store any amount of data.
I agree. Like we are storing any amount of data and different forms of data, right?
Correct.
So so it will store like all forms of data, like
Correct.
file format or database.
Correct.
I mean, yeah. So
So let me gonna show you.
okay.
See, for example, if I go here, so I'm not sure whether I have the files or not. You see here. So I can able to create some folders also. I can able to create see .js files are there, JSON files are there. Even I can upload some multiple files. See here, I can upload some Python files, CSV files, anything. So you can able to upload it here. So this data lake is something that you can store any amount of data, any number of files, and access control is important because you are storing this data and afterwards you are going to retrieve it, and during the retrieval you need to think about access control, who is having the access to retrieve this data. And one more thing is that the data protection should be there, data versioning should be there. So a data lake should be having all the characteristics such as
So can I call this as S3 bucket in AWS and blob
of course,
storage in
of course, of
Azure?
course, of course. You can
Okay.
call it data lake can be an S3 or the GCS, or in a AWS, sorry, Azure, you can call it as a ADLS
Mhm.
or Azure Blob Storage. Okay. So in
Okay.
Google Cloud
Okay.
Platform, we call it as a GCS.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what it is.
Got it. So here
Oh,
also we will have the roles and policies to
of
be
course, of
assigned then.
course. So in each
Okay.
data lake, you need to have three things, guys, five things actually. Any data you need to store, and any format you need to able to store, and it should be allowing the access control, that is nothing but a storage management, and it should be having the protection and encryption. Okay, so these are all the important aspects. When it comes to the access control, you need to worry about whom do I wanted to share the data to. And protection is something like versioning the data or something like retention policies. So all of these things is nothing but a data lake, sir. All of these characteristics. Anything, even S3 also have the same thing, ADLS also have the same thing. Okay, yeah. Now, look at this one, guys. So hope you got some idea. So, okay, where is my? So this is what is data engineering, sir. So if I have to tell you about the definition of the data engineering, so in a data engineering is the process of collecting the data, organizing the data, preparing the large amounts of the data that can be easily used for the analysis. That can be easily used for the analysis. And if I wanted to do all of these things, I need to create the systems. I need to build the systems. I need to create the infrastructure that allows me to store the data, process the data, access the data efficiently. So we are not only building something, we are not only writing some scripts, we are not only doing some upload or download, whatever it is, we are also doing creating the infrastructure. So if I wanted to do the data processing, I need some cluster. We need to create that cluster also. We need to think about how best cluster we have to create it. Okay, so if I wanted to create a airflow environment, we need to think about it how to create an environment. We need to think about it how to create a cloud SQL instance. So we need to not only worrying about how to organize the data, prepare the data, analyze the data, we also worry about to do those actions. We need to have the infrastructure ready. We need to think about how best we can create this infrastructure also. Okay, so that is what is data engineering, sir. Okay, if I have to tell you in a simple words what is the role of a data engineer, let me tell you, the very first thing is that data engineer is the first one is extracting the data. He will be working on first on data acquisition is nothing but a data extraction or a data collection. He will be extracting the data. He or she will be extracting the data from the multiple data sources. So if I wanted to do the data analysis, I need to have the data. So if I wanted to have the data, I need to extract the data. So we need to think about it, how best we can extract the data from multiple data sources. That is our first thing. And next thing is, whatever the data that we have extracted, we need to have some solution or some storage device or some storage tool which will be able to store my data and which is scalable, which is secure, and which can control the access to my data. So we need to come up with a solution for data storage and management. And we need to manage this data every day. The third thing is that the data processing. We need to think about which tool we are going to use it for the data processing. There are plenty of the tools are available, guys, outside. You have a Spark tools, you have a Databricks, you have a Dataproc, you have a Dataflow, you have a Amazon Glue, a Kinesis, you have a Synapse, Athena. Plenty of the tools are there. So which tool we are going to use it for the data processing, we need to think about it. And similarly, we need to ensure that the data is quality and accurate throughout the platform with the help of the data quality and governance. And system integration, we don't want it to do the things manually. We don't want it to do the things manually, guys, because if we do the things manually, there can be a problem. Every day working with the large amounts of the data is not that easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. So that is the reason we try to integrate the multiple systems through that we create a pipeline. When we create a pipeline, we schedule this pipeline and it will be working in every day at some point of time. Every day it is going to be working in at some point of time so that we don't need to worry about it. And if this pipeline is taking a lot of time, whatever the code that we have mentioned inside the pipeline is taking a lot of time, we need to optimize it. We need to come up with the best version of the code, best version of the time. So that is the reason the data engineer should focus on the performance optimization, which is very, very crucial topic or crucial skill for the data engineer. Very important skill for the data engineer is that you should be working on the performance optimization of the SQL code or a Python code or a PySpark code. Okay. And the next thing is monitoring and maintenance. If this pipeline is failed, okay, so if no one is looking at the pipeline, no one is monitoring the pipeline, then if the pipeline is failed, the downstream people are getting the wrong data. If the pipeline is failed, what does that mean, sir? The downstream people are not getting the data. That means they are doing the analysis on top of data, but the data is not correct. That means the results are inaccurate. So that is the reason you always monitor your pipeline, so that if something is failed also, you need to fix it. You need to maintain your pipeline also. If you are using some update, some other libraries or modules, you need to upgrade it. So you need to maintain. So that is what is nothing but a pipeline maintenance or the tool maintenance. Okay, so all of these things the data engineer is going to work on every day. It's not that one data engineer is going to work on all of these things. It's not like that. Okay, some people work on these two areas, some people work on this area, some people work on this area. So the data engineers, if you are not getting a chance, you are getting a chance to work on any of one or two steps only, guys. It's not that you will be working on the entire activities. But as a data engineer, we must focus on all of these things so that we become a good data engineer. So we get to know that where is the data coming from and where is the data going to.
Rahul,
Okay,
I have a
so as a
question
role
here.
of a data engineer, we get the data from the multiple data sources. We do the data storage, data processing, data quality, data integration, and performance optimization and monitoring and maintenance. Yes, guys, if anyone have any questions, yeah.
So how do we know that which tool we need to use for processing? You said that there are
We will
multiple.
discuss about it. Okay, so that's a very good
Okay.
question, but that we will
Yeah.
discuss because this is a very important session. try to understand, because there are few people which are new, there are few people who already have some knowledge. But if I talk about the advanced topic now itself, what the people, other people think, that they may get confused, right? So let us go
Okay.
step by step. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? I see some.
Yes,
Yes.
Rahul.
Yes. Yes,
I
Kanshi.
just joined 10 to 15 minutes back only.
Okay.
Okay. Is the demo session or
It's
what
a
it
demo
is?
only. Today, you can think
Okay.
of a demo, or you can think of like a first topic itself. Okay, because I am going to tell you what is data engineering. Okay, so what is data engineering
Okay.
is very important for us to learn. Okay, yeah, so that you can think of it.
Can you please share
Also, sir,
the content which you are going to deliver next couple of
So
days?
I will tell you guys, if you give me like 15 more minutes, I am going to tell you what is data engineering. That is what I have told you in the very first beginning itself. So the agenda for the session is that. So I'm going to tell you first what is data engineering, what is Google Cloud Platform. Then I am going to talk about the curriculum. Okay.
Also, sir, I have one question. Is this a course will help us to clear the certification?
So this is a boot camp, guys. So this is a boot
Okay.
camp, guys. You may not be able to, you can't expect the entire thing from this boot camp. But after this boot camp, we will be having a batch, an advanced batch on this GCP data engineering for those people who wanted to go for the job, or for those people who wanted to clear out the certification. You can join that batch. This is a boot camp to give you all the knowledge, that the basic knowledge on Google Cloud Platform and data engineering, so that which will be eventually helping you to understand understand and explore the GCP data engineering. And if you wanted to join our real batch, so that is on GCP data engineering advanced batch, where we will be covering each and every topic in a very, very detailed manner. That I will talk in a very few minutes. Okay, so we will talk about that. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Rahul, I have one more question.
Yes, please.
So it's a
Yes,
boot
please.
camp, means how many days this course will be?
So I think it will be around 10 days, guys. Yeah.
Okay, 10 days.
Yes.
So you will give backup videos, because in
Of
WhatsApp
course.
chat we sent the backup.
Of course. You will be getting this
Okay.
the backup videos for this thing. So recording videos, and whatever the things that I am covering, I will also share you the material. Two things I will share you. So okay.
And what will be
Are
the
you going
class
to
will happen?
explain a overview of thinking or what it is?
So it's an overview only, right? So in a 10 days we can't cover the entire thing.
Okay, you're saying some advanced batches
That
needs to
advanced
be
batch
added.
we are going to discuss in a very detail. Okay. So that is like advanced batch. So in advanced batch, you can expect each and every service to be clear. Yeah.
Sir,
Hello,
how
sir.
about the DevOps engineer?
Sorry.
No, this course will help DevOps engineers.
No, this is for the data engineer, guys. The course itself, it is data engineering. Okay, we will be having separate batch for the Google Cloud Platform DevOps also, and we will be planning to have a boot camp for the DevOps with the Google Cloud Platform. And that time you will be getting implemented, and you can join that advanced batch as well. Okay.
Sir, data engineering with cloud is the fresher can have the job in future,
Of
or
course,
like
of course. Why not? Why not? The fresher can have the job in the data engineering. I have seen in my company where I'm working, we have the freshers working on a data engineering with GCP. Yes, of course. Data engineering is a fresher role also. You can think like this: data engineer, senior data engineer. DevOps is not like that, right? So you don't expect a DevOps engineer to be the fresher role. Okay, DevOps will not have a fresher role. He itself, it is a senior role. Okay, but data engineering can be a fresher role. So I see that junior data engineer, senior data engineer. So that is how it is a fresher role for sure. Yeah, if you wanted to guys go for. Okay, so what we will do,
Sir.
we will also see what is Google Cloud Platform, and then if anyone have any questions, I will go one by one, so that it would be very good, guys. So because if I don't talk about even a basic concept, also if I go for other questions, it wouldn't be good for some people who are already enrolled for this particular thing. So that is the reason I wanted to cover it in a very systematic manner. Let us go like that. If you have any questions, I will go one by one. Yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Sir, can you please do all those questionnaire session during our Q&A session, because
Correct.
I
Correct.
feel we are
That
getting
is
disturbed in the class.
correct. So that is what we will do, guys. So my
Thank you,
thing
sir.
is that we have completed the data engineering now. I will also complete this Google Cloud platform so that you guys get some overview on the GCP, and then we will be having the curriculum session, and then I will be giving you the time for the Q&A, where I will be clearing out each and every question so you can rely on that. Okay. So first thing, I will start this what is Google Cloud Platform, and I will also tell you in our bootcamp what we are going to cover, the course curriculum, and then we will go for the Q&A. Okay. Yeah. Now you got some idea, right? So what is data engineering? So that's more than enough, guys. If you guys are asking questions, that means you guys are thinking about what is data engineering. That's a very good thing. Now let me go to Google Cloud Platform. Okay, what is Google Cloud Platform is a very important aspect, because very few people know about the Google Cloud Platform. That is the reason we are having this bootcamp, to aware you guys that there are plenty of opportunities, plenty of job opportunities are there in the market for the GCP. For that is the reason I am going to tell you what is Google Cloud Platform first. Sir, you might have heard about Azure. Yes or no? I want you guys to speak up whenever I'm asking a question. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, right. And I think you all heard of AWS as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So some people might have heard about GCP. Some people might not heard about GCP. Okay. Let us put it this later. And I think you might have heard about the chocolate called Kit Kat. Yes or no?
Yes.
You might have heard about a dairy milk. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You might have heard about Milky Bar.
Yes.
So that's it, guys. So this is what. So these are the three different brands of chocolates. These are three different brands of cloud providers. Okay, so that is the main difference. There isn't any difference. If you go to a supermarket, you find a different varieties of the chocolates, right? One of the variety of the chocolate is Azure, and one more is AWS, one more is GCP. So what is these do, sir? Sir, they provide you they are the cloud providers, sir. What they do? So first thing, they are the cloud providers. They provide you the cloud computing services. What they do, sir? They provide you the cloud computing services. Why do we need, sir, cloud computing services? We are going to have a very detailed session on why we need the cloud providers. In tomorrow's session, I am going to tell you in a very, very detail why we need the cloud platforms. So that is session is tomorrow. So I am going to tell you a very, very good example of why we need the cloud platforms at all. So how people were working in a 10 years before and how people are working now, that session is tomorrow. Okay, that is our actual first topic, why we need the cloud platform. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to tell you that. For now, you can try to understand this one. This is a first demo class, right? So Azure, AWS, and GCP are the cloud providers. They provide you the cloud computing services. These services are very useful for the organizations. These services are very useful for the organizations to build the application, to deploy the application, to scale the applications in cloud platforms. Okay, so this is what is the cloud providers do, sir. Any cloud provider you take, whether it is Azure or GCP or AWS. So one of such cloud platform we are looking at is GCP, sir. So what is GCP? GCP is one of the leading cloud provider, which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to build their application and deploy their application and scale their applications and services in the cloud platform. So this is what is the definition of the Google Cloud. Very simple. They provide you the cloud computing services. You utilize it. For example, sir, I have a lot of data. Just now we have thought about it. If you look at it, sir, I have a lot of data. I'm getting the data from multiple data sources, sir. I wanted to store the data into one data lake. Sir, do we have any solution? So if you wanted to build this solution in the on-premises, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of money. And instead that you can go to the cloud platform. In Google Cloud Platform, you can select the GCS. In the GCS, you can store any amount of data. So what the Google Cloud Platform is doing you? It is providing the services like this, GCS, so that you can build your solutions on top of this GCP services. So data lake solution is GCS, gone. So similarly for data processing, you have data proc is there, data proc, data flow is there, airflow is there. So you have a plenty of services are there. So to do the data processing. So what is Google Cloud Platform is doing for us? Here it is BigQuery is there. So the Google Cloud Platform is providing you the multiple services, a pool of services for building the solutions, for the organizations to build their solutions, build their applications or deploy their applications and services in the cloud. And they can also scale it. For example, today you have stored some 100 GB of the data. Tomorrow you wanted to store some 1000 GB of the data. You can scale up and down as per your requirement. So this is what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. They provide you the cloud computing services. These services are very useful for the organizations to build, deploy, and scale the applications and services in the cloud platform. So that is what is Google Cloud. I hope this is clear. So you can come to this slide and you can see the definition. Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services. A suite means a pool, right? A suite means many. Are provided by the Google that offers range of products and solutions to help the organizations to build, deploy, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. So it offers what, sir? It offers the plenty of products and solutions for the organizations to build their application, deploy their application, and scale their applications in the cloud. Sir, can you tell me what are the characteristics of the Google Cloud? Sir, Google Cloud is highly reliable, highly secure, scalable. It is providing you the scalable infrastructure. It has its own infrastructure throughout the world. That means it has its data centers available throughout the world. The data center is also available in India, in Mumbai as well as Delhi. Okay, so this is what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. Google Cloud Platform providing you the cloud computing services for you or the companies to build their application, deploy their application, or scale their applications and services in the cloud. It is highly reliable, highly secure, and scalable infrastructure it is providing you, and it has its own data centers throughout the world. In India also we have the data centers in the Mumbai and Delhi. Sir, can you tell me what are those services it is providing you? Can you show me few services so that we get some idea? These are the services here, sir. These are the few services here. You can see it is providing you the compute services. It is providing you the IAM services. So you can see here compute engine is there, app engine is there, container engine, all of these things. So it is providing management tools, networking, big data, storage and database, machine learning. Our focus will be as a data engineer, we will be focusing on these two aspects: storage and databases and big data. So this course, you may be thinking that it is data engineering, but here we are going to cover data engineering on Google Cloud platforms. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, so that is what is this one, sir. Okay, hope you guys get some idea. So Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services. And these cloud computing services are very useful for the organizations to build and deploy and scale the applications and services in the cloud. Okay, so few of the services I have listed out here, guys, so that you get some idea. Okay, so this is what is Google Cloud Platform. Anyone have any questions? Okay, I think that is clear. So now
Sir, I have questions. So all these services are paid services or some of them
All
will
these
be
services are paid services only. Yes.
okay, pay as you go.
Yeah, pay as you go model. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about the curriculum, guys, that we are going to discuss. Okay. So we are going to, in detail, we are going to cover these topics. That is cloud overview. So we are going to start with, maybe from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start with why we need the cloud platform, on-premises versus cloud, and what is GCP, introduction, why we learn GCP, and the opportunities and certifications. GCP interfaces, console, Cloud Shell, and Cloud SDK. So if I wanted to, we have seen plenty of services are available, guys, right? So if I wanted to interact with those services as a data engineer or a DevOps engineer or a developer, you need to know these interface methods. So that is we are going to cover tomorrow. And similarly, I'm going to tell you how to set up the project, how to enable the building and APIs. And GCP locations, we need to understand if I wanted to create a solution in the GCP, we need to select the location properly. So in a GCP location, we need to understand what is regions, what is zones, and what is selection criteria and importance. And similarly, in Google Cloud Platform, we need to understand the IAM and admin, which is a security point of view to control the access to the data and users. So we need to worry about what is identities, what is roles, and what is policy, how to assign the role to the user, and what is the resource hierarchy. And the next, compute options, the basic idea only, guys. Compute engines, Kubernetes engines, app engines, and cloud functions. And then, okay, so these are the topics will be cleared. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. These topics will be cleared every day one topic, guys. Every day in detail we are going to cover. And this is only basic idea. What is compute engine? What is Kubernetes? Some basic idea you need to have. What is compute engine? What is Kubernetes engine? All of these things. And next thing, so we are going to cover the basic data engineering tools as well. So if I have a data, so data is categorized into the unstructured data, semi-structured data, and structured data. So unstructured data, we are going to look at the GCS. So we are going to have a basic idea of what is GCS and how to work with GCS. And semi-structured data, we have OLTP and OLAP. We are going to cover the basic idea on what is Bigtable. And the structured data, we have OLTP system, that is Cloud SQL. And OLAP, what is BigQuery? Okay, so these are the basic idea only, guys. We are not going to do the labs. So in the labs and in detailed concepts will be covered in the advanced session. So in our boot camp, we are going to cover what is GCS, how to work with the GCS, what is Bigtable, how to work with the Bigtable, what is Cloud SQL, how to create an instance in the Cloud SQL, how to create the databases, tables, those type of things only we are going to cover. And BigQuery also, what is BigQuery, what is the architecture of the BigQuery, how to create a table, how to do all of those things in the BigQuery we are going to cover. Similarly, I'm going to tell you if I wanted to create the data pipelines in BigQuery. So if you wanted to create Spark and Hadoop pipelines, we can use Dataproc. And in Dataproc, how do we create the pipelines? I'm going to tell you. Similarly, in Beam, Apache Beam with Apache Beam with Python. In Dataflow, we are going to create the pipelines. I'm going to tell you what is Dataproc, what is Dataflow, how do you create the pipelines in the Dataproc and Dataflow, what are the various ways to create the pipelines in the Dataproc and Dataflow. I'm going to tell you. So these are the code-based tools you see here. With the help of the Python, we need to create the pipelines. Similarly, if you wanted to create the pipelines in the Google Cloud Platform, you can also use code-free tool. Okay, so you can also use Data Fusion. Data Fusion is more of a data integration tool. Here, without writing any code, you can also create a pipeline. Okay, so these are the three things as an overview, and how to work with these tools I am going to tell you in our upcoming sessions. Okay, 1, 2, 3. These are the best you can able to create the data pipeline. Similarly, I will also talk about workflow orchestration tool, that is Airflow or Composer. And to create the infrastructure, basic infrastructure, I am going to tell you with the help of the Terraform, how do we create the infrastructure, I will tell you. So all of these topics are covered, guys, in our bootcamp in a very basic manner. So in our upcoming sessions, I am going to cover these topics one by one. Okay, so these topics I am going to cover one by one in our upcoming sessions, guys. So this is all the topics that we are going to cover. So if I have to talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the basic idea of all of this. I think one more is also this pubs of 10. Okay, total 10 data engineering tools on a basic overview and how to work with all of these things. And one more thing is that the basic concepts of the detailed basic concepts of the GCP overview. So how to work with the GCP interfaces, console walkthrough, locations and admin. So these concepts are same in advanced and real time. Yeah. So these concepts we are going to detail cover. Okay, so this is what is our course curriculum, sir.
Okay. What is the duration of this course? Sorry, I joined late.
This boot camp is for 10 days, guys.
10 days, okay.
This boot camp is for 10 days. So once 10 days is come, I mean, if you guys are interested, okay, sorry guys, 1 minute. Yeah. So this boot camp is for 10 days. So to give you some idea on GCP, because for GCP, there are plenty of the calls. I've been teaching the GCP from the almost 30 plus batches I have taught so far, sir. From the last 1+ year, I would say 15, 16 months. From last 15, 16 months, I've been teaching the GCP data engineer and GCP DevOps engineer. And there are plenty of job opportunities for the GCP data engineer. The main intention of this course is that the bootcamp is that. So if you guys are interested towards the GCP data engineer, sir, I wanted to become a GCP data engineer because if you wanted to go as a GCP data engineer compared to the Azure and AWS, it is easy. Okay. So if you wanted to become a data engineer compared to the Azure and AWS, it is easy because AWS and Azure is established market. And if you wanted to compete with the skilled persons, it is not easy to become a GCP data engineer. It's not easy to become a data engineer in the Azure and AWS. So if you wanted to become a data engineer, choose GCP. It's because the GCP is new and most of the people does not know about it, and you have a plenty of opportunities. And within bootcamp, we are going to cover almost all the basic concepts and very interesting things in our bootcamp for 10 days. And after that, we will be having our advanced course. Those who wanted to go for the certification, those who wanted to go for the job, the advanced GCP data engineering course will give you all the things that you need. So it gives you the job, it gives you the certification. Okay. This is what it is, guys.
So entire how many times we require for this complete course, sir?
This course actually takes 2 months plus.
Okay, 2 months. Like whatever the roles we have in AWS DevOps, like in GCP DevOps.
No, not GCP DevOps. GCP data engineer.
So this is not for development DevOps.
This is not for DevOps. This is for data engineer.
Okay. So can you elaborate like how roles of the jobs in market?
Correct. So if I have to talk about, I think I should go to notes. Yeah. So the jobs in the GCP is same, sir. However, you have the jobs in the AWS, you will be having the jobs in the GCP also same. You will be having the developer, the basic one, and data engineer. In the GCP also, you'll be having data engineer, and you will be having a DevOps engineer, and you will be having admin. Okay, and you can also have architect. So that's an advanced role, architect. So these are the roles that are there for each, not only for the GCP. Okay, wherever you go, these roles are same. Even you go for AWS also or Azure also, because these are the 3 leading cloud providers. The same thing.
Sir, if I'm considering associate certificate and cloud architect certificate, how this bootcamp?
Bootcamp gives you a very good understanding of which topics you need to cover. But if you wanted to go full-fledgedly, see, think that the architect is something certification you are planning within 10 days. That means within 10 hours, you will be able to think that you will be able to easily cover all the topics. No, right? It's not possible. But getting the overview of all of those topics which you wanted to cover is going to be covered here. So you get some idea that, okay, this topic needs to be covered and this topic. You get a very good understanding from this boot camp that, so which are topics, the basic idea of all of the topics that you are going to cover, which gives you a very good understanding on each and every topic, and it gives you a push to so that you can go and prepare for that, or you can attend my advanced course which gives you all the topics in a very detail so that you can easily cover for certifications. Okay.
Only this
Hello,
is 99 rupees, sir.
Sorry.
So price, I think this is 699 now.
I think it is
This
499.
complete
I'm going
course
to put
price.
the link in the chat. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat. It is only for 499. I guess I'm not totally sure. 1 minute. I
So
think
VPC is not included?
yes, 499 guys. I believe. Yeah.
VPC are not included in the topics?
No, sir. So that is networking, right?
So certification will be provided at the end of the session.
Yes. So for those people who wanted to enroll for this course, I have put the thing in the chart, guys. Okay. So what you have to do if you wanted to enroll for this boot camp, so you can enroll with the 499 rupees only. Okay. You can also go
sir.
and
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. SQL and Python, are you covering any one day at the last? Because these are mandatory now how to practice for data engineering.
Data. So that's what I'm telling you. In a boot camp, we are not covering. So those SQL and Python topics will be covered in our advanced sessions for sure.
Like a basic idea how to go through SQL and Python.
The basic idea I will try to give, but that will be very basic. Yeah.
Okay. Any interview question and answers document can you provide at the end of the?
Yes. I will provide you that. Yeah. But for this is our this is our actual course, guys. So if you guys wanted to see, I'm telling you, this is the first time that we have planned for boot camp. So usually we will be having I'll be having my full length course only, which is 2 months plus it will take. So here I have mentioned the detailed course content for the data engineering topics also. It is very detailed. So you can able to see here all the detailed course content will be covered for each and every topic. And for those people, this boot camp gives you some awareness only, and to whether you wanted to choose the data engineering with GCP or not. And one more thing, for those people who are going for the job, it is like a recapitulation for them so that they can understand each and every theoretical concept. And one more thing, those who wanted to go for the certification also, this particular thing gives you a very good understanding of how you can actually plan for certification. Okay. And in our detailed advanced session, I'm going to tell you, so we will be having everything clearly mentioned. Okay. So this is the notes for the advanced guys. So the material for this particular bootcamp also I will share it. That is separate. But this is the course for the advanced. In this one, we are going to have all the things very detailed. With a migration project also, we have a data migration project. In BigQuery, we have case studies, case study 1, case study 2 assignments, and Dataproc. We will be having, you see here, plenty of the things: introduction to Hadoop, Spark, PySpark, Spark introduction, cluster creations, single node, multi-node, lab sessions, and case study 1, 2, 3, 4, assignment 1, end-to-end stream, batch pipeline, data flow. So all of these things are for the advanced, and because we cannot be able to cover everything in the 10 days, you guys have to remember that, please.
Sir, are you cover any mini project at the end of the?
Of course, yes. In this particular boot camp, we are planning for mini project. Yes.
Okay.
Sir, in AWS they will give free tier to learn, sir.
So I will tell you
GCP
guys, GCP also we have a free tier account worth of $300 for next 90 days. Okay.
90 days it gives free tier.
Yes, with only 2 rupees. I think with only 2 rupees, you can create this free tier account. If you want, I will try to tell you how to create a free tier account also, maybe tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, in which level we have to learn SQL and Python for data engineering?
For data engineer, SQL is You need to learn almost intermediate knowledge you need to have for SQL as well as Python. And Python means Python only for data engineering. Python you can have basic is fine.
Instead of Python, there can be Java also, no?
Java is not required, guys, for data engineering. It is not required.
No, either Python or Java, no?
Either Python or Java, but I suggest 95% of Python only, guys, because Java in data engineering is very rarely used. Okay, and
Okay.
I can only say in data flow we will use Java, but any other all the places. So whatever I have named, if you might have seen here also somewhere, right? So here also, wherever I mentioned it is Python, and here also Composer is nothing but again Python. Okay, so everywhere it is Python only. Okay, but in the data flow, some people actually use Java. Java is very useful in the data flow. That is the only place you will use Java. In all other cases, but the thing is that programming language is just a programming language, guys. If you know the concepts in the Java, if you already know the Java, Python becomes very easy to learn. Okay, you can just put like 5 days so that you can able to just perfect in Python. Okay, just a programming language, and we are not writing the applications, guys. Don't think that we are going to create some application. We are not doing that. We are the data engineers. We are going to create the pipelines. We are going to do the processing. Okay, when to do the data processing with programming language is very easy. You don't need to write you don't need to write code for the application. So application code is difficult, but writing the PySpark code is very easy. You will get to know. Okay, I will tell you. No worries.
Like intermediate level means which we have to practice, like which topics in SQL and Python. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, for those people who wanted to go for the topics for Python and that, so the prerequisites are here. So for the advanced course who wanted to go for the, sir, I'm fixed that I wanted to become a GCP data engineer. You focus on these things. GCP, SQL concepts and basic Python concept. Python is very basic, you see here, very basic. But SQL, the concepts are, you need to level intermediate knowledge. Okay?
Okay,
sir,
thank you, sir.
So
Yeah.
the GCP data engineer 2 months course, what will be the content, sir, for that? So finally, is a regarding is on we are going to be admin or developer side?
It's GCP data engineer, sir. That's what I'm telling you again. Data engineer.
Okay. So under data engineer, we have a specific roles, no? Is admin?
No. You
So
don't have a specific roles in the data engineer because data engineer itself it is a role.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Sir,
do you have any
I have one
content
doubt.
in advanced
Other
levels of
doubts, sir.
content? What are you are going to be covered?
So this is what it is, guys. So for advanced concepts, all these concepts, plus you can see here, it is not basic. So in the cloud storage, I will not talk about just what is cloud storage. I will talk about end to end what is cloud storage, how to create a bucket, how to work with the console as well as Cloud Shell. So all the commands and all of those things. Similarly for each and every service.
Okay, this is GCP data engineer.
Correct.
And you have told that one AWS as well as Azure data engineer as well there. So from how long this GCP data engineer was in the market?
So from last 2 years, it is there in the market, guys.
So what will be the package on market right now?
The packages are very good. I would say that my previous students who got the, if I have to talk about packages, you will even don't go for AWS and Azure, you will directly come for GCP. Okay, because the packages are very good. My previous students who got 3 offer letters, okay, his experience was 4.4 or 4.2, I'm not totally sure, and 12 LPA his package, and he moved directly from 29 LPA. Okay, the packages are very good. So you don't need to worry. The packages always depends on your current package. If someone is saying that you can get some package, this range of package, that's all thing. The thing is that the package always depends on your current package, your current package and the number of offer letters. So he got 1 plus 1 plus 1. So he got 3 offer letters. So that's the reason he reached 29. Okay, so it totally depends on your current package. If he is got with the first offer, you might be getting only 16 or 17 only. Okay. So after that, again, you go for 22. From there to 20, something like that, you have to plan. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. After completion of this data advanced level, so how much experience we can gain and how we can face the interview?
So once my GCP advanced course, if you are attending, so that amount of experience that you are going to get, you can put almost 2.5 to 3 years of experience in your resume. Okay, so that means, sir, I have like 5 years of experience. You put, if you have 3 point, then you put 1.5. If you have 5 years of experience, you put 2. If you have 7, you put 2.5. If you have 9 plus, you put 3. Okay, so this is how you have to put the GCP experience, GCP data engineering experience. That amount of, this amount of knowledge I am going to give in the course.
Okay, what will be the fees, sir, for advanced level?
Advanced level, I think fees, I'm not totally sure. You can always connect with the admin team on the fee structure. Okay, so fee structure, always please connect with the admin team.
Okay, this bootcamp GCP overview daily 6:30, sir, and
yeah,
so
1 hour bootcamp
session?
Details are that it is only 1 hour session. This is our today's session, so that's the reason we are okay. This today's is a first session. That's the reason it prolonged until 7:45, 8 also. But usually the time is 6:30 to 7:30. The bootcamp. For next,
sir, which one have more calls, like GCP DevOps or GCP data engineering, and salaries also? Can I explain?
Salaries, I see salaries. We shouldn't talk about it. Okay, salaries depending on it. So I say Azure, I say GCP, I say you don't trust it. Okay, you can't trust that. It's because it totally depends on the individual. Because there is some intelligent guy who cracks 6 offer letters. He always go from some 10 LPA to directly he will go for 40 LPA. Okay, you can't just who is having just 5 years from 10 LPA to 40 LPA, you can go. Okay, whether it is Azure or AWS or whatever is the technology you take. Okay, totally depends on it. But the thing is that whether are you getting the calls or not, that's the important thing. Okay, sir, do you have the calls for GCP? Do we have the calls for AWS? Do we have the calls for Azure? So the thing is that try to understand it. So you have AWS, you have Azure, you have GCP. Now tell me, AWS and Azure is having an established market or not? Yes or no? It is having the established market. Okay, so when it is an established market, people like us already learned maybe like 3 to 4 years before. They attended the course and they learned it. So now they become a skilled persons. So you have a skilled professionals available in the AWS and Azure.
So, advanced Java, advanced GCP will be included in this 499, or some other amount of money need to submit?
That is different, guys. Advanced course will start after that. That is different. Okay. So skilled professionals are already available in the AWS and Azure. So now who are comparing? So for example, now you learned some course like AWS. You learned some Azure AWS data engineer course you learned. Similarly, Azure data engineering course you learned. Now whom do you competing with? Whom we are competing with, sir, for the job? Whom we are competing with? Can you tell me whom we are competing with? We are competing with these skilled persons who are already skilled in this particular area. Now tell me, getting a job with these computer skilled persons is easy or not? It is a strict no, right? So you are learning some course. I wanted to become a data engineer, and you are learning AWS data engineer, you are learning Azure data engineer, and you are going for the job, preparing your resume, attending the job, but you are competing with the skilled persons. You go to the interview, or you attend 50 interviews, you may be cracking 1 interview only. 49 interviews are getting wasted because already the skilled persons are getting the job. Now, on the other hand, you have GCP. GCP is not established market. It is growing company. It is growing platform. So you don't find skilled persons here because itself it is available from the last 3 years here. I am the only person who is having 4 years of experience because even people do not know about the GCP. I started working on it because of my company. Okay, so I was working for one of the British company. So for that, they are actually using the GCP only. I do not have a choice, so I had to work on the GCP only. So from that time, from the last 4 years onwards, I mean last 5 years, 4.5 years, I am now currently working in Databricks. Okay, so I've been worked for 4 years on the GCP. No one will be having a 4 years of experience. If they are saying 4 years of experience, that means they are lying. Okay, so very rarely you find a people who are having a 4 years of experience. So only maximum 3 years they will get. Okay, 3 years of experience. So within 3 years, do you think do you find a skilled persons? No, you can't find them. And now when you do not have a skilled persons, and when you have a lot of calls, and you prepare a course of data engineer, and when you go for the job, getting the job is easy or not?
It's easy.
Yes. So this is the catch, guys. So this is what the people do the mistakes. So some coming from non-IT, some people coming from testing background, some people coming from database or testing or ETL, whatever it is. What they do is that they think that AWS is very good. It is a brand. Azure is a brand. I will go and learn that course. But at the end of the day, after 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, they don't get the job, and they demotivate themselves. It's because you are competing with the skilled persons there.
So what will be the team size, sir, for data engineer GCP, min and max, as
team
you are
size?
working?
No, it will be the same, right? AWS or Azure or GCP, wherever you go. So the team size will be depends on the project. Okay. So for the migration project, if one of the project I have led in my one of the Snowflake to the GCP project I have led. Okay, in that project we have 8+ members. And from Oracle to the GCP, we have only 4 members data migration project. And for the end-to-end project from analysis plus storage project, we had almost 10+ people, including me. So it depends on the project. So you are out of these 4 people, out of these 8 people, you will be having almost 5 data engineers. We'll be having almost 3 data engineers. Almost.
So it's not individual contribution. So as team building is required.
It's a team. It's a team. Data engineers are working. I told you, right? So the different data engineers work on a different activities. So that's the reason I told you the role of a data engineer. Okay. So this is how it is, guys. So the catch is this one, guys. So now you are learning some course. I wanted to get a job. Think about yourself. Are you comfortable to compete with the skilled persons? If no, then go for GCP. Okay. So that is what it is.
So in this course,
yes, sir. If someone is
Do you
from
have any
dev background,
product-based companies, sir? GCP data engine.
Of course, product-based company, you can directly get a job
Can
in
you please
the
list out,
Google
sir?
Cloud platform also. Yeah, you can directly get a job in the Google itself, guys. So Google itself is having plenty of opportunities. Even I had gone for the GCP role for Google, but I rejected that because it was support role. So I got only support role, so I rejected that because I'm a developer. So that was it. So you get a job in the Google or Microsoft. You even get a job in the Microsoft also. It doesn't mean that you have. So you have a job in Meesho. One of my student is working in Meesho, and one of my student is working in Flipkart. There are plenty of students who are working in Flipkart, and you have the jobs in Amazon also. My friend is working in Amazon, but he is not a data engineer. He's a business analyst. So you will be having a plenty of jobs in almost all the product companies. You go for Visa, you go for banking sectors, you go for anywhere. You will be having a data engineers. GCP is very famous nowadays. GCP is growing like anything. Sir, you are not learning today, but after 3 years, if you wanted to learn, GCP is also going to be established market by the time. If you wanted to become a skilled person, this is the best time, guys. Getting into the job is very easy now, I'm telling you. After some 1 or 2 years, if you wanted to become a GCP data engineer also, the case for the GCP data engineer also will become like this. Because
sir, is
by the
this
time
is
everyone
this
will be
hello?
yeah. Yes.
Sir, is this course helpful for someone who is from developer background and wanted to learn a new platform, just like nowadays requirement is for AWS Azure. So in that way, is this course is helpful?
So if you are a developer, okay, so maybe you are a developer in Python or Java, okay. So you already know Python. Data engineering is one of the best role for you. For the Java people, I may not tell you, but if you are putting some effort on the Python also, then data engineering is a one role. Let's not worry about whether it is this cloud platform or that cloud platform. If you are a developer, data engineering is you are going to be the champ of the data engineer. Okay, champion. It's because Python is for those people who is having SQL plus Python knowledge, they can become a very good data engineer. Okay, so that is what you need to put some little effort on the SQL also.
So in this course, are you going to give any basic idea how to migrate the databases from existing database to GCP?
Of course, you can see here.
Okay. Because
you see here data migration from the MySQL to the Cloud SQL project is there. Manual method and DMS method. Okay, so how do we do that? So for that, I have MySQL. You need to install it on top of the virtual machine. Some you have to plan that as well. Okay.
So this is in the advanced course or in the?
This is in the advanced course. Yeah, this is not in the boot camp, guys. Please don't expect everything in the boot camp. Boot camps make you aware. Okay?
Overview on how to migrate something.
Overview I will tell you. So overview on data migration I might not be telling you, but some idea how the projects will be that time I will tell you. How the projects in the GCP will be, then you get to know that okay, these kind of projects will be there. Yeah.
Hi Rahul. This advanced boot course, right? When will you start and what is the fees structures and all?
So now, sir, it is a boot camp. This is for 10 days, and after that, we are planning an advanced course. Okay, and the advanced course is for 2 months plus. You can say 2 months because already some of the whatever the concepts I'm covering, it will be covered again here in the 2 months also, 2 months plus. And one more thing is that for this one, the fee is $499. But for this one, I think we are yet to decide it. But as per me, I think it should be 12K. Okay, as per me. But I'm not sure whether the admin they are going to put it or not. Maybe if they are putting more, I'm not totally sure. But as per my previous batches, it is 12,000. Okay, yeah.
Timing will be same, sir.
Timing we are yet to decide, right? Okay, so this is a boot camp for 10 days. So as per the all people's availability, we may have to just put it at 7:30 to 8:30. We may plan, okay, 7:30 to 8:30, so that everyone will be available. So that is our plan.
In this in this boot camp, are you cover GCP cloud at intermediate level or basic level only?
Basic level, yes.
The person who is already doing DevOps certification can also do this boot camp.
Yeah, of course, correct.
Hey, hi Rahul.
Yes.
So I am a Java developer and we are using Google Cloud Spanner in our project as a database. So how much this course will be helpful for me as a Java developer?
Advanced course we will be having the Spanner. Okay, advanced course we will be having the Spanner.
Okay, so
but in the boot camp we do not have that.
Okay, so in Spanner, what are the things that you will cover? Or means
Spanner for sure. What is the difference between, you can see here, right? What is the difference between it and how to work with the Spanner? So how do we create a Spanner instance? How do we create tables? How do we manage the databases? How do we manage the tables, keys? All of those things we will be having. Okay.
Okay. Any idea about BigQuery on that part?
No, that is not. Bootcamp is not possible. Spanner is very rarely people use Spanner, so we don't cover that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rahul, like, what is the code complexity like when we develop application? Like, do we need to have like more coding knowledge?
The coding knowledge for sure it is. So it is a coding job only, guys. So we need to have the coding knowledge. Okay, but coding, when I say if you are having good SQL knowledge, that's more than enough. SQL, I don't call it as a knowledge, programming language. It's a database language, very easy to learn.
Mostly related to SQL, like queries, these things.
Correct. Python will also be there, but eventually, if you learn SQL good, then Python will become very easy. I mean, it's not actually Python. We will be mainly focusing on PySpark. PySpark becomes very easy. Yeah. It's a SQL-like language, PySpark. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. So what we are going to do from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with our first topic, that is the basic concepts on why we need the cloud platform. Okay. So I will tell you that way you are going to understand a few more understanding of why actually we need the cloud platform. So that gives you a very good understanding. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop the session here for today, and we will meet tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.